Hi guys! Ignore that I am in a blanket.
Hi guys.
Because I am in my basement and it's cold and I might get a sweater for the next video, but like I might not. So today we're going to be talking about how we've been best friends for so long, the fact that we've been best friends for so long. We'll kind of see where this video ends up going.
By the way, I'm Natalie. This is Clara.
Oh yeah, I'm Clara. We're two long distance besties. Yeah, we're the Together But Bar podcast. I'm excited. I have 3 notes, and these are just kind of topics. I don't know where any of these topics are going to go, so we'll see how this one goes. I'm excited, but we have been best friends for 17 years. That's insane.
That's really crazy to think
Our
about.
entire lives. So I thought we could start off by telling them how we met. From our knowledge, obviously, we were like under 1. We don't have
Yeah.
any actual memories of
Literally,
being.
I think she was like 6 months old. I was like 8 months old.
I would say like 9 and 11 or something. I thought that's what we were. I don't know. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
probably. We were probably older.
Yeah. Anyway, at someone's wedding. Was it a wedding or just a party? It was at their old white church house, wasn't it?
I think it was at a party.
Yeah, but I think it was. Wasn't it their old church house?
I think so.
Yeah. That's crazy. Anyway, we met at a party. Obviously our parents. I think this was the first time they met.
Yes, but my mom knew your grandparents because the first time when she moved to the town that we are in now, she met them. They live in a different town about like 6 minutes away. And then she met, my door just shut on its own. Drafts. Oh, my window's open.
Like 6 minutes?
6 to 8. It's 6 miles, so I guess like 8 or 9 minutes.
Gosh, I just drive slow.
It's okay. I do too.
In my defense, the one time that I drove there, or from, actually just from, I didn't drive to. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did.
know. But on the way back, I was like, there were deer. Like, and I mean,
I
like,
know.
deer have been,
Like, it's like
running
kind of a
across the
country road, and there are deer everywhere where we live. Like, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, we're getting off topic, but there were birds that were swooping down one time, and my mom was trying not to hit them one time when we were coming up down north. Anyway,
Oh,
like I mean, like they were like swooping across the road.
weird.
I know they were really
What kind of
obnoxious.
birds were they?
I have no idea. Anyway, that's really random. So we met at some party. We don't remember it.
No, we don't. I don't really remember until up till we were like 3, because that's kind of where your memory starts. I feel like, yeah.
I kind of remember us like screaming at each other, like
Yeah.
that like
So
running around screaming, stealing stuff, like
yeah. So we went to, maybe it was your parents' wedding.
Yeah, my parents' wedding when I was 2.
Uh-huh. Which is, I'm pretty sure that's the photo we have as our profile picture. So
Is that? Oh yeah, because I'm wearing my pink dress.
yeah. But yeah, that was us when we were like 3 or 4. And we, up until we were about, honestly, like 9, we had a love-hate relationship.
Oh yeah.
It was, so up until we were about 6, we hated each other for a while.
And then, but the funny thing is, we would like fight the entire time we were together, and then we'd be like, when we were leaving, we'd be like, "Mom, when can we
Mom,
see each other again?"
can Clara stay? Please, please. Yeah.
We were interesting little kids.
I just remember,
We
I
had
feel like
a lot of times as kids.
I don't know what the camera just did. I feel like every kid does this, but like I remember, especially when we were little kids, we would just, whenever she had to go or I had to go, usually she would come over to my house, but we would hide. I would shove her in my closet. We would hide in my closet. We would hide
You went
in
in
the
your
cupboard.
parents' closet a lot.
We did. We also hid in what's now my room, but it was my mom's sewing room, her big closet in her sewing room.
Yeah.
We hid in there quite a bit.
Remember one time we were like, I wonder if we could get onto the roof, because they totally, being completely competent adults, could not get us off the roof, obviously. It's impossible. And they would not be able to find us unless they went up. But like,
yeah, I do remember that actually. I also remember, like, this is so random, but like I have like, she moved from her house when she was 8 and she moved to a different state. How rude of her. But like literally the nerve of her to move away from me is just, I can't believe her sometimes.
5 hours.
5 hours. I can't even. But I remember her old house. I remember that quite well. Actually, like some parts I remember it very well. And then some parts, like I remember your bathroom and your bedroom.
I don't. This is something you might notice throughout this episode is I have a much worse memory. Like I remember very oddly specific things that people will like say or something, but she remembers like being a child.
I do. I also remember, so this was not our first fight, but this was a fight that we had, like a big fight.
Oh, actually, wait, we're getting into that thing, how we deal with fights. That's the next topic on the list.
So our first fights were over stupid stuff. Like one day, this isn't the fight I was gonna talk about, but she was like, "Oh, the fairy queen lives in my yard," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I have a fairy queen in my yard too." And she goes, "No, you don't. There's only one fairy queen." And like,
yeah, my fairy queen.
Yeah, and so, but the fight I was gonna talk about is I had this Barbie Jeep, and it was really cool. It had a working trunk and like a little baby seat in the back, and it was yellow, and she really wanted to borrow it, and I really didn't want her to. And my mom was like, "Natalie, be nice. She's your best friend. Share. Just let her borrow it, and we'll get it the next time we go to her house." A few weeks later, I go to her house. I'm like, "Where's my Jeep?" And her mom's like, "Oh, we took that to Goodwill." And I was livid.
That just proves how short a child's attention span is.
Literally, I was so mad. I didn't talk to you for a while.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember that, but I don't remember you not talking to me. But I do think, like, for the most part, our fights were, like, pretty chill. There were some when she started going to school and was, like, all stressed out, and I would come over to her house. And, like, obviously, at this point, was I in Wisconsin at this point? I mean, where was I at this point?
You were in Iowa.
Yeah. So I would come all the way to where she lives, and then she would be mean to me because she just had a terrible day at school, and I just, like, it was so mean to me.
I feel like now our fights are not, like, we don't actually have that many fights.
No. By the way, I have a cough drop in my mouth, ignore it.
The one fight that I do remember that we've had most recently was, like, I said I was gonna call you, and then I didn't because I got busy, and I just forgot, and I had done that, like, 3 times in the span of a few weeks. It was
She did it, like, 5 times that day is the thing. She kept being like, "I'll call you in 20 minutes," and then it was, like, midnight, and I was like, "What?" I was like, it was just annoying at a certain point.
Yeah.
And, like, since I am, like, see, I think I can just consider myself chronically ill at this point. Anyway, I've not been spending any time with my friends, so when she's like, "I'm gonna call you," I'm like, "Yay!" And then she's like, "Nope." I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, see, so then what's funny is because we don't fight that much anymore. We used to fight all the time, like every single time we saw each other. I would like, she was like, I was like, "Oh, do you want to talk now?" And she's like, "No, I don't want to talk to you right now." And I was like, "Oh, she's joking. Like, this is a joke, haha." And I was like, "What? LOL." And she's like, "No, I'm annoyed." And I was like, "Oh, this is actually, like, she's actually being serious right now." And then we just resolved it. We just talked it out. And, like, We made a plan. And I think that's like the biggest thing you can do in a relationship, whether it be like platonic or like, you know, an actual relationship, like just communication. It sounds basic, but like if you don't communicate your feelings, like
I do think a lot of our fights are just like we really don't not get along, but when we do have a fight, it's because something has been an issue for like months and we're just like, I don't want to say anything.
yeah.
I do remember one fight that was more recent, but like a while ago. This was like COVID, like peak COVID, where I don't know why, I was on my porch and I don't know. I said something to you and then you ended up feeling the exact same way about me as I would, like, we were mad about the exact same thing. And I think that one was communication too. It's generally just like, I feel like those are our main things, is like we don't communicate, especially about the fact that both of us are kind of flaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also remember this was okay when she first moved away. This was like back before Zoom. This was in the days of Skype.
I wonder if Zoom existed back then.
I don't think it did, honestly, or maybe it did and it just got really popular during COVID. But Skype, like I hear no one talk about Skype anymore. If you remember what Skype was or you use Skype, let us know. But we would use Skype and have sleepovers on it, like sleepovers where we just stayed up late. And I remember one like time I was like, we were really mad at each other, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but like you called your mom in, and I was like crying, and I was like, no, we're not trying to be mean. And then you ended up hanging up on me, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, on the days of Skype, I would hang up on her when she would do anything to annoy me. Like, I mean, not like a lot of the time it'd be a joke, and then I call her right back because you can just hit it. It's kind of like it would kind of be like if you were
You
on,
didn't
like,
have to
Snapchat or
set up a
something.
Zoom meeting. Like you didn't have to set up a meeting. It was just kind of like just
hit a button.
calling someone.
Like
it was like FaceTiming someone.
Yeah, you just hit the button and call them back. It's not a thing. Yeah. Weird. And we would spend like half of those Skypes just like hitting the emojis, sending each other
Literally,
emojis.
we would just send each other, like there was like they weren't they were gifts, but they had like sound. They were like mini like 3-second videos.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you remember like pairing up the emojis and being like, these two a date?
Yes.
We used to do that so much.
Or like we used to like create restaurants with emojis and stuff. Like that's all the time.
If you're ever like bored out of your mind, make restaurants out of emojis.
Literally, she sent me one like a few days ago. Hold on, let me find it.
I did. It might take you a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wow. It's dog hair on my notebook. I mean, I thought Walter was gonna make an appearance, but he's not here. Which is very rude.
Walter.
If you don't know, Walter is my little baby bulldog. He's not a baby. He's over a year old.
He is a baby.
He's my baby. We have a photo of Natalie trying to steal him as a puppy. Like, I love that photo. It totally just tells a story.
Hold up.
Oh, yeah.
Ignore our background of SpongeBob and Patrick.
I can't speak. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, that was way off topic, but like fights, just the biggest thing is communication and like listening to the other person and like also owning up to your mistakes. Like don't be like, I didn't do that. I would never do that. Like be like, yeah, you're right. I did that. Not a good thing to do, but like
yeah. I also think about at this point we just like kind of know each other so well. Like I know this is not helpful in any way to anybody for advice, but we just know each other to the point where we're like, ooh, I messed up.
Or like you just like feel like at a certain point you just know each other so well. Like literally one day she like was like, hey, I'll call you back, and then she called me back and I'm like, you just cried.
Oh, I didn't I? What did I cry about?
And she was like, "What? How do you know that?" And I'm like, "I can just tell."
That
And
was
like,
random. I don't think I didn't hang up or I didn't like get off the phone because I was gonna cry is the
no.
funniest part. I just got off and then I called her back like I don't know. I think I was home alone and like or something annoying happened or I don't
Yeah,
remember.
her mom called. Yeah, you were home alone for like a night by yourself, and like then your mom called you, and you're like,
Oh, that was when
I
that
was
was.
crying, and then I
Yeah.
was like, you called me back, and you're like, hey, and I was like, did you just get done crying?
It's because I had like a mild panic attack because I had to stay home alone. I don't stay home alone. I don't
Oh, I
like it.
see.
But I was like home alone for a night with my brother. I'm not like all
Yeah,
alone.
but I was like, just automatically, I'm like, you were just crying, and she
So,
was like, how did you know?
all right, do we have anything else to say on that topic?
I don't think so. Just communication.
Communicate.
When in doubt,
Communication.
just like tell them how you feel because
Also, if it's your best friend, like I could tell her literally anything and she'd be like, "Oh, poor baby." Even if it
yeah.
was my fault. I mean, she'd be like, "Oh, poor baby, you're an idiot." But like, all right, moving on. How have we stayed in contact? I have a theory about this.
But
First up, I called you like 400 times a day because I was lonely when I first moved. But then I think COVID saved our friendship.
honestly, I think so too.
Because we would just talk on Zoom every single day. And she is the one friend that I've stayed in contact with. And I think it's because we give equal amounts of.
Hmm. I have a few friends that I have like stayed in contact well, like a few friends. But then also like I've had a lot of friends that I just kind of like don't hang out with anymore. And it's not that
Mhm.
we had like a fight, it's just like we kind of stopped talking. And I do think it was because of COVID because we couldn't really hang out that much. Um, but like, yeah, I like COVID, we would just Zoom all the time. Like we would Zoom for hours at a time, like working on a book together or like just working on, oh my gosh, do you remember when we went through that phase where we would make websites?
I
Yeah,
still have a couple of them.
I do too.
We made one for like a vet. We were
Hmm.
gonna open an animal shelter. I don't know what the other ones. Oh no, we had a book. We had one where we wrote books. We had one for pet advice.
We had one where we like we're like selling crafts and stuff.
We never published most of these.
No.
I mean, some of them were just random fun.
Uh-huh.
I actually think it's fun to build websites. Which, if you don't know,
Hmm.
I like want to go to school for graphic design. Kind of. I don't want to do graphic design when I get older, but like I want to go for graphic design. So like websites are
Also,
fun.
another way we've stayed in contact, like obviously this is not the main way, but it's like another way is we send letters to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have,
During COVID and when we were younger, it really was how we stayed in contact really a lot.
uh-huh. And it helps now that we have our own phones. Like for a while we would have to take our parents' phones and use those. And it just helps now that we like have our own phones.
Yeah.
So
I also think like I will message you back even if I look terrible.
yeah.
Like I just like don't care, which I think helps because a lot of the time you're like, oh, what do I don't want to like snap
Hmm.
back if I look good, but like
I
I'll,
also
I'll
think,
send her a photo of my nose. I don't care.
yeah, I also think Snapchat has actually like helped because before she has an Android and I have an Apple. And so we can't FaceTime. And so I finally got Snapchat. Like I did not get it until like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And then I was like, then she finally got it, and now we can like FaceTime, and we do that a lot. Like literally, we FaceTime at least like 2 or 3 times a week.
And we talk like every single day.
Yeah,
Yeah. Every single day. That's actually I think that's the interesting part is that we talk every single day.
we do. No, whether it be like a phone call, a FaceTime call, a Zoom meeting, or like texting, like we are in contact every single day.
The thing that I think is different between you and me and like me and the rest of my friends is like we don't have anything serious to talk about. And it's just like we will send each other pure nonsense, which I think helps.
Which we also not, that's not to say we don't talk to each other about serious things, because we do. But like,
I'm bad at texting, in case you didn't know. Which, well, how would you?
Yeah.
It's itchy. This blanket is really itchy if you don't. Okay, so this blanket, I know for people who are on the podcast, like on Spotify or whatever, will be able to tell. So it's soft on the inside and it's scratchy on the outside. And it's like wool on the outside. So like it's on my neck and it's really itchy. But it's really comfy on the inside.
Yeah. But we talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And like, it's good to have an equal balance. Like, of like, oh, like serious stuff, and then also just like random stuff. Like, I don't know.
Stop turning on you. This podcast is not for children.
Did you actually say that?
In like, I mouthed that mostly. I don't know. I highly doubt you could hear anything.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't. I was like, it didn't mute that for you. I was like, what the heck?
No. I will probably like. When I say anything like in my own videos, because I have a channel, I'll just like I just lower the volume or like I just turn down off the volume during that segment.
You're like, what the?
Yeah, you could tell what I was saying if you were on YouTube, I'm sure, from like just what I was mouthing. But I'm getting really annoyed because it's probably the air conditioner. That probably has something down here. Okay, anyway, it'll turn off after a while, sorry.
Also, like for letters, I have like a binder, not a binder. That was a weird way to say binder. But I have a notebook that I just like tape all our letters in, and I can just flip through.
I have a box of letters. Actually,
I've shown this to you before.
Only for her letters, but for everybody, I just throw all of my letters from people in there. Oh yeah, I know this.
Really thick.
Yeah, don't go through the letters. Don't.
I'm not. I'm just seeing how many pages I've filled up.
Oh, I had something to say. I just looked directly at my ring light.
That's how many pages we filled up.
I do think that the fear of us not being friends anymore has kept us together too, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's been periods.
Go ahead. It's kind of impressive since neither of our parents are like particularly like neither of our moms are like we need to get together right now.
Our parents are friends, but like they're friends and they'll hang out, but like it's like us that is.
Yeah, we get our parents together. Like our moms will talk when we either at drop off or pick up or both.
Yeah, I mean, and they're very good friends. Like they talk about it, like texting and stuff. But
we do a lot. We don't see each other that much. It's really weird. She's never come to see me.
We are maybe going to at the end of August.
So nice. Oh,
so I really want to.
Wow. Once we're out of high school, I will kidnap you the summer before college. You will be coming to see me. I will drive down and spend some time with you, and then you'll come back and spend some time with me.
What was I gonna say? There was something. Oh, right. There's been like periods where we have not talked for a while, and I feel like that's kind of like scared us into like, oh, wait, like I actually like need her to function.
Yeah, I do think that's definitely thing. I think that was what was happening before COVID, and then like it hasn't been, and I do think that's kind of what was happening before I got sick. But like it wouldn't have turned into like us not talking. No. It was just like we were both like the thing is, like, she does a lot, but I am somehow even less available to talk than I don't know how this is possible. I do so much, but it's like on a calendar, it doesn't look like that much, but it is so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was working 4 days a week. I played roller derby. So some weekends I would have no weekend. I had school, which I only had a couple of hours. I did horse riding. I did sometimes extra skating. Like, okay, wait. So say I was doing 4 shifts a week plus riding, that would be at least 5 nights a week. Plus, if I had derby, it would be like all weekend. Like I just was working. Like I basically had like no nights free, and like all day I was doing stuff.
Yeah.
So
also maybe like we have not done this, but we've thought about it, like coordinating your schedules, like maybe sharing a Google Calendar or something.
I think if we ever move in together, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Although we won't need to because we'll always be together. Yeah. Our plan is to move in together. We've been told by the internet that it's a bad idea, but we're it might be a bad idea, but it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
She might just feel the need to clean up all of the time.
Yeah.
And I might just get annoyed that she moves my stuff.
She'll just come home and there will just be new organizers, and I'i'll be like, I organized the bathroom for you.
As long as the kitchen's mine.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but the kitchen is mine. It is organized to my specific liking, and I like organizing kitchens. I don't know what it is. No offense, but you can have everything else. I love that we don't know where we're going anymore. We're just like, I don't know. I don't think we have anything else. That's it. Yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Maybe we'll do like a Q&A next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. We're done. Okay.
Communication.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you all next week. All right. Bye.